You know, if it's not about sports, I find it very hard to concentrate.
What's up, guys? Braden here, and I'm sorry about my voice. I'm just getting over a sickness, so if it sounds kind of weird, my apologies, but it's been like over a week now. I need to put out another video, so here we go. I've always considered myself to be a reasonably tough person. I have a condition called neurofibromatosis, which means that there are hundreds of tumors inside my body wrapped up inside the nerves, and there's no way to remove them. As you can imagine, it's extremely painful, and it's a condition I have to live with for the rest of my life. But there's one man whose story I read that proves maybe, just maybe, I'm not so tough after all. Because this man, defensive end Jack Youngblood, played 3 games and the Pro Bowl with a broken leg. Herbert Jackson Youngblood III was born on January 26, 1950 in Jacksonville, Florida. He attended Monticello Jefferson County High School in Monticello, Florida, and graduated in 1967. He decided to play for the Florida Gators football team in college and entered college at just 195 pounds, which is crazy for a defensive lineman. Most receivers today are bigger than that, let alone a freaking defensive lineman. But through weightlifting and eating, he got up to 245 pounds by the end of his time at Florida. Youngblood really made a name for himself during the in-state rivalry with Florida State in 1969, when he recorded 5 sacks in a 21-6 victory over the Seminoles. He also won the Outland Trophy in 1970, given to the nation's top lineman, and was named SEC Lineman of the Year in 1970 as well. Youngblood was selected by the Los Angeles Rams with the 20th overall pick in the 1971 NFL Draft. He started his career as a backup to Deacon Jones, who was an all-time great at the defensive end position. After the 1972 season, the Rams traded Deacon Jones, and Jack Youngblood was named the new starter. His NFL career would be nothing short of spectacular, making 7 Pro Bowls, being named to the All-Pro First Team 5 times and the All-Pro Second Team 3 times. He also led the NFL in sacks in 1974 and 1979. But by far his most impressive feat came during the 1979 through 80 season, particularly during the 1980 NFL playoffs. During the divisional round against the reigning Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys, Youngblood attempted to go right but was being blocked while doing so. And when the offensive lineman fell down, so did Jack, causing him to land on his lower leg. Team doctor Clarence Shields broke the unfortunate news to him at halftime of that game. His fibula was fractured. Youngblood told him to tape it up. He said that he could still run. I can imagine Clarence Shields wasn't thrilled with this response from Jack, and something like this would never be allowed today. But nonetheless, Youngblood was somehow still cleared to play. He even sacked Staubach after this happened, meaning he sacked one of the NFL's all-time best quarterbacks with a broken leg. He played the entire second half, and the Rams sent Staubach and company home with a loss, and Staubach retired after the game. Youngblood later said that walking around felt like being stabbed with a knife. Considering that the fibula is responsible for bearing anywhere from 5 to 20% of the body's weight, he's lucky he could even walk around without crutches, let alone play one of the most violent sports in the world. Next, the Rams faced the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Championship, a team who had shocked many by winning the NFC Central in just their 4th season of existence and had defeated the Philadelphia Eagles in the divisional round. Jack, of course, played against the Buccaneers. He said, quote, "It's amazing what your body will do to the pain that's infecting you. When I was walking around in the huddle, going back to the line of scrimmage and then lining up, it was painful. But when the ball was snapped, the pain went away," unquote. Although rumors and whispers of Youngblood's broken leg circulated among the media, it was mostly kept a secret for the time being. His teammates knew, as he had told them of his condition and said that they needed to pick up some of the slack in case he could not. But the media largely did not know. The Rams shut out the Cinderella Buccaneers 9-0 and advanced to the Super Bowl to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. He showed up to Hawaii for the Pro Bowl ready to play. He recalled, quote, Everybody asked me when I got to Hawaii, "What the heck are you doing here? You've got a broken fibula." I said, "Shut up, I'm not going to miss this party," unquote. I can't stress enough how awesome this guy is. That's a hilarious response. That's exactly something I could see myself saying, as I kind of have a morbid sense of humor with these sorts of things. I'd love nothing more than to shake Jack Youngblood's hand. The day of the Super Bowl came, and of course you know Jack would be playing. The Rams lost to the Steelers 31-19, and Jack was sadly largely ineffective in that game. Still, the fact he played is a testament to his toughness and grit. Following the 1981 offseason, Jack Youngblood had a hot dog-sized blood clot removed from his left arm.
I thought I'd been bitten by a spider, and I just had some swelling in the arm. The third day comes along, and it's getting rather bothersome, a nuisance. Couldn't bend my fingers, couldn't put my watch on, things like that. There were indications that something might not be quite right. So I go in, the trainer looks at it, he almost faints. So at that, I'm saying to myself, something is bad wrong here. He jumps on the phone, they call the doctors, one thing leads to another. I'm in the hospital that evening in emergency surgery. And they open me up and pull out this foot-long hot dog.
He was the John Wayne of pro football. Hollywood handsome, cowboy tough.
The reason the blood clot even formed in the first place was that Jack was so used to playing through pain that the nerve damage that he had sustained over the years created a blockage of blood flow. Despite the broken leg and blood clot, Jack Youngblood played in 201 consecutive games, a franchise record for the Los Angeles Rams. He played in every single game in his 14-year NFL career with the exception of one. John Madden used to refer to him as the John Wayne of football, which is a sentiment I think we can all agree on. When Jack retired in 1985, he asked that his career be remembered with, quote, dignity, integrity, respect, and pride, unquote. And I definitely think he checks all of those boxes. In 2001, Youngblood was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, with former teammate and fellow Hall of Famer Merlin Olsen presenting the induction. To this day, the 1980 playoffs, when he played with a literal broken leg, is still talked about by football historians as one of the greatest feats of toughness we have ever seen in any sport. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. But either way, subscribe and comment for the algorithm.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.